Welcome to the Surroundead Permadeath Part 6. If you are new to the series, game settings are on standard difficulty with a slight increase of zombie quantity and no backpack stacking. There isn't commentary throughout the entire video, but where there's timestamps, there will be commentary for key moments. I typically speed up gameplay during boring segments like travel or sale of goods or inventory management, so you don't have to deal with that. But it still shows you how I got to where I am. Plans for today is some basic base maintenance. Gonna make the basic crafting station since we don't have any of those crafted yet. Plan to slap up some form of walls around the area. Most of this base defense stuff is prep for using that Horde beacon we got the other day. Other than that, we'll hit an airdrop, clear out an infestation, and then get into a massive gunfight on the bridge where I get chanced. Working down the list, going to the vendors to go get some more material to make those workbenches. My main issue with creating a base on this bridge is having to do this like 8-point turn because this RV is just too damn big. There's quite a significant amount of new crafting recipes now. I mean, last time I played, I don't even think there was the 3 different types of workbenches. I think there's just the crafting workbench. So we're just gonna take a quick little peek of what all these have to offer. This equipment workbench wouldn't have been bad to actually build right off the rip and get some armor. Another good item is probably that water bottle suppressor. If I do make or start another run, I'd probably try to push for making one of these earlier just to get an easy suppressor, because that'll make quite a difference, especially on like harder difficulties. If I were to do a new run though, I'd probably do a first person perspective only run. I think that would make it like 5 times harder because some of the zombies don't actually have audio when they're running at you. But I'd also just be paranoid the entire time of spinning and running around in circles, just making sure no zombies were sneaking up on me. The construction workbench, it looks like there's quite a few items actually now. From what there was before, I think there was only just the basic metal fence and the wood walls. Probably gonna have to do a mix match of mashing just a bunch of crap together between those metal fences and the spiked walls. Alright, so we're gonna hit our first airdrop. I didn't realize that there's actually infestation on top of this as well. I thought all these surplus of zombies was just because of the airdrop, or maybe because it was in the town that we were in. I also found it pretty funny that you can physically move the airdrop just by running into it. A lot of the zombies actually were pushing the airdrop at me. Going into these airdrops, I didn't have high hopes. I thought I'd just get some pretty crap food and water supplies, but as you can see from the initial thumbnail, we got one of the juiciest generators in the game. Right now, Vector is probably my favorite gun, also just because that's the only gun I really have bullets for, so, I mean, doesn't make the choice very difficult. Game plan for clearing the primary infestation is just to get on top of a roof. The parkour perk lets you pretty much mantle onto anything midair now, which is pretty nice. So this is a new to me vendor. I never realized if this was in the game when I last played that there's a vehicle merchant. And some of these prices seem pretty insane, at least at the start. I bet it's pretty manageable once you start killing like military personnel or going to like the military camps. But if you look at that, the RV is one of the most expensive items in on that list, and we have that, so I think we're doing pretty well. I don't believe all of these vehicles are even available just for picking up in the game. I haven't seen a Humvee yet or like a big oil rig, but maybe you just have to, you can only buy them from them. If you guys know, let me know. All right, so we're getting into our good battle on the bridge. This was pretty insane. Got the blood pumping pretty bad. I didn't even realize this was like a little mini event on the other side of the bridge. So when I pull up here and I see like 20 people running around, I was like, ah, crap. And then they started shooting. This is gonna be the first time getting into a real gunfight, and from what I remember, guns hurt really bad. So it's pretty easy to die from this. The angle that this first bullet hits me, I thought was pretty ridiculous. He hit me through the bus window. I was pretty much just spamming healing at that point. I thought I was dead. I feel if you're on harder difficulties, it's pretty ridiculous because I think you're gonna get one shot if you get hit by a sniper round. Even if you're like wearing good armor. I think I have pretty good armor. I think it's like what, 20% damage reduction total? We're gonna set up this monster of a generator. The surface area that it covers is pretty insane. We're also gonna build that turret, that since we had that turret head, but from like our first or second day, we're gonna build one of those because now we have decent coverage and we don't have to put it right on the little small generator. And then we're gonna do some actual turret testing to see how effective these are. I don't think it'll do more than like 10 to 20 damage per shot. Or if you need to reload them or fix them, I'm not sure how this all works, or even if it can aim down a slope or not. We'll see how it goes. So I don't have a whole lot of high hopes for the turret. I mean, any damage is good damage, but pretty sure, yeah, you don't get any XP from the kills from the turret. I mean, I don't think it's bad at all that you don't get XP. If it were to kill a boss, that would suck though, because that's like 6,000 XP that you'd lose out on. That pretty much covers it for part 6. Got everything that we wanted taken care of. Plans for part 7 is to finally run that Horde beacon and see if that kills us. Thanks for watching and see you on part 7.